Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Gals on the Go podcast. It's Brooke.
And Danielle. Hello, hello, hello. The gals have been on the go.
Truly on the go. Multiple trips back to back.
I can't even, I don't know. Last time I saw you was in Miami, question mark?
Yes, it was in Miami. But before that, the gals were both in two separate places.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we were.
We go way back.
We've had very different, the Miami trip is what we had in common, but the other two trips, very different.
Venn diagram, if you will.
Yes.
So it all started out when we were at Stagecoach in Naples, and then we went from there. So we're going to be doing a travel diaries episode today, if you will.
Yeah, getting into our travels, some stories that we haven't told each other yet.
Yes. She walked in and I was like, we'll save it for the pod.
Yeah, I was like, wait, tell me about the rest of Miami, because I left. You stayed for another day.
Yeah.
I left because I got there a day early. People were like, did you leave early? The trip technically ended that day.
Yes,
and it was
did
like,
end that
do
day.
your own. That's why you went and hung out with Clara and stuff.
Yeah, because I had a nighttime flight. So we'll get into all of that. We had an episode theme for today, and we were like, there is just too much to speak about.
Too hot to handle.
Too hot to handle. We have so many fun stories from when we were together, from our separate trips, and everything under the sun. Truly,
So much to get into.
I know. I feel like we're both not tired, but
you are probably tired.
Maybe I'm like, we're both. I forgot you had this weekend.
But you just got back, and what? You got your nails done? I see.
I did. Oh
great.
my gosh, I had a nail emergency. Well, I told you already, but the chrome, I got a silver chrome, and we both get chrome all the time, and I've never had this problem, but it was chipping away.
It had some colors of chrome. When I did the purple chrome, it did that.
Yes, maybe if you do a solid chrome where they use that powder on the that color powder, I don't know, it was chipping away and it was not making me happy anymore. So I texted our nail girl, Mickey, and she was like, you want to come tonight? And I was like, honestly, I love an evening nail appointment.
I get it.
It was a vibe, and I did a pale yellow chrome, and I'm really happy with it.
What
did you do? Oh, you did.
Oh, I did pink chrome.
Pink,
yes,
beautiful, stunning.
I know. It's a very subtle chrome, which I kind of like too. I was it does.
Does she ask you? She'd be like, "You want to get chrome?" I always want to do chrome. I never not.
It's
Is
a
she
really
laughing?
flattering look. Yeah, I feel like it's overdone at this point.
But the thing with chrome, I feel like it just adds more shine. It's not this design crazy thing. I think it just gives it a little flair.
Yeah, I agree. Because
she's
this
always
basic pink, I was like, when she first painted my color like that, I was like, it's giving Brooke in college. It was that
so
color that I used to always get. I was like, oh, and she was like, no, wait for the chrome. Yeah.
It looks
It
so
makes
pretty and
a pop.
elevated. Yeah.
Yeah, it gives it a little elevated look.
We're chrome stands.
I can't believe it. I feel like I saw the glazed donut nail trend, and I was rolling my eyes. But that's what happens with everything.
Yeah, exactly. And then you are obsessed with it.
Exactly.
So
that looks great though. You got a pale yellow of sorts. Yeah.
Yes, and I tried to change the nail shape a little bit. I was like, I want them pointier. She's like, your nails need to get a little longer. But then I feel like the longer I grow them, you start to not be able to put on your necklaces.
I felt so bad. Do you ever think about this? If you're getting something done and you're low key shading something that someone next to you is getting. So I was like, oh, you need to cut my nails. They are far too long. I can't do anything. I looked at the woman to my left. She has some of the longest nails I've ever seen. I was like,
it's
I
so
didn't even
awkward.
want to I hope she didn't hear me. I felt so bad.
That is so true. Or oh my gosh, I was getting my hair done the other day and Mads is like, okay, because I'm trying to decide if I want to do a dark root smudge and go a little darker or keep it the bright. And I was like, blondes just have more fun. And then the girl that came in next was trying to decide the same thing. She's like, I'm going to do darker. And it's just awkward.
It's so awkward.
And Mads is over there trying to hype both of us up. She's like, yeah, darker, but Danielle lighter. And it's just so hard.
You're to each their own.
Yeah, to each their own.
It really is to each their own. If you can rock the long nails, you freaking go. I just feel so restricted. I can't, they grow an inch and I can't even type. I'm like,
no, I know.
How do I can't do my work. I'm voice noting everything.
For me, it's the putting on jewelry. That's the hardest.
That's hard. And clothes with the tough zipper.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that's requires little things that you're or even putting on pants. I'm like, they're going to break. I get nervous.
No, you get so nervous. And nothing's worse than breaking a nail. Nothing in the world.
Yeah. Kidding. The horror.
The horror.
It does hurt actually when it breaks a clean break right back to the
clean.
Yeah, that's tough.
It really is the worst. But, we get through it. It's okay.
We're solving our problems.
We're solving our problems.
Yeah, we are okay. So you had a little bit of time to get back to it. And then what did you do last night to recover from the trips?
I did I literally just unpacked everything. Because when I came back, I had to unpack from Stagecoach and
Miami and Greenville.
Things. Yeah. So it was so funny hearing you say Greenville.
Greenville.
I've never heard you say Greenville.
Well, you said it before. Honestly, I wouldn't have known what freaking town you went to.
Yeah, that's why I was like, whoa.
Because you were I'm going to South Carolina for Furman for Freddie's. I didn't put together that Furman and Greenville are the same place. You know, you don't. No need.
But
now I know.
Now you know. Yeah, we have so much to talk about. Should we like do our like favorite?
Yes, let's do that, and then we'll get into our travels. Yeah.
Okay, cool. What have you been loving recently?
I just realized that I think I had
no
Chipotle catering in my
Oh, I thought you were gonna say lipstick on your teeth.
No,
I was like,
I thought that I had like a piece of like I just tasted it.
Oh, you
Sorry.
probably are living on Chipotle right now.
I am. I have a lot left over, even though I had a ton of friends over.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they sent me like a bunch of like a full-on catering order, so I had
That's
friends
so
over. But now I
nice.
just have it for the week, which is
That's
lovely.
amazing.
Yeah. Sorry, going off. Okay, favorite. You want to start with
what's your
favorite? Okay, my favorite right now is a sleep mask. I've never slept with a sleep mask because you know my fears with like the door and stuff.
Of course, you have to be ready at all times.
Yeah, I normally need my bedroom door to be open so that I have a clear path. Like I have a thing that I just am scared. I'm like a
I get it.
Scaredy girl.
A scaredy girl.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get past it because I've realized that I never realized that I live on such a loud street until I leave the city and I sleep so much better. I'm like, wow, I feel so rested and so peaceful and like calm. And I think it's because I sleep like shit when I'm in the city.
Yeah, it definitely happens.
Yeah. So I'm coming to conclusion that I just need to sleep with because I don't have blackout curtains. I mean, I guess I could get them, but I've been sleeping with a sleep mask and it really makes a difference. I mean, I roll around and it comes off. Do I have to put it on in the middle of the night? Yeah. Like,
so you wake up in the middle of the night and like have to put it
it'll
back
be like
on?
half off or like off. Yeah. And I have to like, I'll have to be like, oh, put that back on.
Like, do you feel it come off, or you just waking up to pee or something and then you put it on?
I usually don't wake up to pee, but I like toss and turn and then I'll be like, oh, my mask. Like,
oh, yeah.
Something.
Yeah, that's impressive.
But it's the sleep mask that Revlon actually sent us, like a pre-trip mailer. We went on a trip with Revlon.
Yes.
And it is great. I mean, I think I'm a sleep mask girly now. I feel like I get it. You know, some people are like, if you're a sleep mask girl or guy or whatever, you carry that thing on
that
you.
is your baby.
Yes.
I know multiple people that like bring those with
on
them.
trips, on the plane. And I never really got it. I was like, just close your eyes. But like,
just close your eyes.
Like that's darkness enough, but it takes it to a new level unlocked. Yeah.
I don't sleep with them in bed, but I always bring them on like long flights. Like that slip eye mask with the slip headrest.
That's like peak luxury. No, it's
peak luxury.
You don't need this brand. But if you are like me and you're like, maybe you live in the city and you're like, why do I sleep like shit? The next step for me is the white noise sound machine.
I was going to say, you need to deal with the noise now.
Yeah. That's my next level. I'm getting.
Yeah. Unlocked. Follow Brooke along as she gets better
journey.
Sleep.
Yeah.
She'll check her Aura ring every morning.
I did wonder because there's like a tab on the Aura ring that's like restfulness. And like the levels will be good. I'll sleep enough time, whatever. But the restfulness will say really bad, which means the tossing and turning. And it's like, are you sleeping in a room that's not dark enough? Like it gives you like possible reasons for that.
Wow.
And I'm like, probably because it's loud AF. I wake.
Mic drop.
Of course. I wake up to sirens on my road. There's just sirens literally every 5 minutes, which is fine. It happens, but and then there's like, it's just loud. It's a loud road.
I used to live near you. And
can confirm.
I mean, my road's loud too, but that was loud.
No, that was loud. And my apartment's pretty like noise sealed in. So
and you're higher up.
I don't know why I'm just coming to terms with this. I've lived in the building for like however long.
It's when you go home to Florida and those things and you're like, oof, I do sleep good here.
Yep. And it's just so quiet. You could hear a pin drop.
Actually, I lied. I don't sleep better when I go home to Florida because my family wakes up at 7 a.m. They're shutting the doors. All no peace, no mercy. Should I say?
They're not like
blending.
No.
And I am so like that for others, but whatever. Anyway.
I'm so bad at that. I forget. I like walk into the living room. I was like on a trip. I was like, "Hey guys," and like someone's sleeping on the couch. I was like, "Shit, sorry." Like,
no, I know. And there's always like a after a certain hour.
No, it was like after 10. I was like,
no mercy. Sorry.
We're bleeding into the afternoon at
We're bleeding into the afternoon. Yeah. Wow, I'm really happy for your sleep mask journey.
Thank you. I will keep you updated on my sleep journey.
I can't wait. We will check in next week.
Yep.
Come back next time. My favorite could be paired with sleep if you want to call it that. It's the Revlon Color Stay Skin Awaken Under Eye Concealer. I used to use this last year. It has caffeine in it, which is amazing. But when we went on this Revlon trip with Miami trip with Revlon, they decked us out with products, which was really, really so kind. And I was pretty tired because I was coming from another trip, all these things, and I kept using their Color Stay Skin Awaken Under Eye Concealer, and it reminds me of like the Maybelline one that I have that has like a sponge. I actually haven't looked at how you apply under eye concealer, but I like pounded it out like it's a triangle under my eyes. What do you do?
Yeah,
I
do like multiple dots. I do dots, but a lot of dots. Yeah.
It's either like you're a dot person, or you do like one swipe in the inner corner and one swipe on the outer corner, or you do the big triangle. So which one are you?
Choose your fighter.
Choose your fighter. I'm a big triangle under the eye, and it's very satisfying to use this stuff, and it really brightens up your under eyes. And again, it has caffeine and one other vitamin, maybe vitamin C, in there, which I think is amazing. And it's drugstore, so I thought I would shout it out because I used it all this week, and I showed my aunt, and she's purchasing it now too.
Wow,
So,
influenced.
You could say I'm an influencer.
Yeah. I mean, we just went on the brand trip, so I'm biased, but that foundation, I wore it out on Saturday night. Ton of compliments on my skin.
Color Stay.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm wearing the not the Color Stay today, but the skincare one.
Yep, it's new.
Yeah, it's new stuff.
Yeah.
It's good.
They are really good. I mean,
Yeah.
And I know it's easy to say. People are like, oh, you go on a brand trip, of course you're gonna love the stuff. I mean, yeah, we get to try it. No, we weren't paid. You're right.
We didn't have to, but like everyone would come down, guys, this is the blush.
Yeah, and then you get influenced by the people directly. You're
Yeah.
like, oh wait, that mascara looks so good.
Yeah, wait, I have it up in my room. Try it out. Like, it's amazing. So what would you recommend to our listeners this week, Brooke?
Mine's so random. You're gonna
Good.
I know it
Give it
always
to
is
me.
so random because I haven't had a book that I can. I've been reading, but nothing I could recommend. Like, there's just like a lot.
We
of
appreciate that.
I'm trying to keep it real here.
Keep it
Yeah.
real.
And with the traveling, like I haven't started any new shows or anything. Like
I have not been on my TV grind.
I feel that. I've been a little behind too. But when I got back, Ben and I started playing a new game on the Switch. It's called It Takes Two. It's actually really fun. It's not like
It Takes Two, baby.
It's like a puzzle game kind of.
Cute.
Yeah,
fun.
I feel like you would like it. So if you have a Switch and you like want to play with your friends or whatever, I feel like it's like just a fun thing to like fire up on the Switch.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of like a storyline, but then you like do puzzles and stuff along the way. I don't know.
Oh,
it's fun.
Storyline. Love that.
Yeah.
So it like connects it all.
Yeah, it's cute and fun. So I'm back in my Switch era.
I love that.
Thanks,
That's so
Nintendo.
fun.
What
Thank
about you?
you for the rec. It's a podcast. It's called High Low with Emrata. Have you heard her podcast?
I haven't ever listened to it.
Oh my
I see
God,
the clips
I'm
on TikTok,
obsessed.
so like everybody else. I'm
Okay,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I love it because she gets some really great guests on. Because Emily Ratajkowski is who I'm talking about. She came out with a podcast called The High and Low or High Low. I'm obsessed. In particular, 2 episodes that really caught my eye that I really enjoyed. She has this really like chill vibe too. So it's really good. Like, I'm so crazy. Like how I have my beach perfumes and my night perfumes. I also have like my nighttime podcast. I don't know about you. Like for me, my nighttime podcasts are like We Met at Acme, back in the day, Thick and Thin when Katie did that, like that vibe. High Low is one of those because she's just like this really chill, calming energy. 2 episodes. One, she had Law Roach, who is Luxury Law. He was a stylist for Zendaya and others, and she had him on literally right after he announced basically that he wasn't styling anymore, and it was such an interesting episode. And then also, she just did an episode, What the Met Gala is Really Like, which I really enjoyed. I highly suggest anyone listening to that that's really confused on how the Met Gala works and what happens inside. And she's really honest about some things. I'm like, damn, like, hopefully
Really?
Yeah.
Or like being like, this part isn't fun, or like this part's annoying. Yeah.
Or like, this is weird, or they, people go smoke in the bathroom.
Oh, wow.
Like, I know.
Like vape or like weed?
She just said smoke. So part of me wants maybe weed, I guess.
Yeah.
I was thinking cigarettes, but yeah, probably
I feel like
not.
that would stink up the bathroom. They
They don't
have, like,
let
their weed
smoking
pens.
anymore though. And they also like lock up your phone, or they don't lock up your phones, but they put a sticker on your camera when you walk in, but they like started to get more laissez-faire about it, not caring as much.
Yeah, you could just peel it off.
Yeah, that's what people started to do. But it was just really interesting hearing from her and like how she felt about her look and it looks past. I ate the Met Gala up this year, and I was literally on the plane. And I was like, guys, the feed's refreshing. Like,
Did you watch the live stream, or
yeah,
you
it's
just
on my phone. Like literally because the plane we were on didn't have TVs, and I was planning on doing like the live stream.
Oh yeah.
Or it did, but it didn't have that channel. Whatever. So yeah, love her podcast. I thought it was really interesting. She has really great guests on, and I feel like she's gonna continue to have cool guests. So.
Cool.
That's the pro about like celebrity podcasts is they.
I know they bring in the big guns, yeah. Versus like Brooke and Danielle reaching out, they're like, who? I've never heard of them.
You guys listen to Gals in the Go for Us, though, right? You don't need the guests.
Next up, Emily Ratajkowski.
Yeah, she's here.
She's here. Bring her out.
Bring her
That's
out.
so funny.
So those are our recs and faves. I'm glad we did that.
She was actually at Hannah Berner's show the night we were there. We didn't realize that until...
And that morning, I had seen her at breakfast. Or I was at breakfast, and she had walked the same morning.
Lots of Emrata talk on this podcast.
Lots of
Emrata. Yeah.
I feel like we're going to see her on our walk after this or something.
Maybe. I didn't realize this is like me just being like, you know when you don't realize how famous someone is?
Yeah.
I went to her Instagram recently. I didn't realize she like had like 30 million followers. Like I
don't think I would have guessed that. That's a lot.
Yeah, but I guess she has like a heavy male following too.
Yeah,
like I was like every guy's like Emrata. She's sexy.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, that was a good little fave and wreck moment.
I think so.
Yeah, we have like our kind of back and forth. I guess we'll just go in order of. Let's start with like in the real timeline, you know, like so. Stagecoach Naples weekend was like this first weekend, then like we met up and then whatever. Cause I feel like that's like the most sense. I kind of already got the debrief on Stagecoach, but I want to hear you share it, like the real raw reaction, because that's like so exciting and so fun. And I feel like a lot of people don't know what Stagecoach is.
Yeah. So many people don't know what Stagecoach is. And I guess I was kind of shocked. Like, to me, it's everything. You know? People,
I was explaining to my friends on the Naples trip that it's on the grounds of Coachella, but it's a country music festival. They were like mind blown. They were like, I didn't even know that this existed.
No one knows.
They didn't know that it was country. They didn't know it was there.
Oh, that's funny.
I know, but I was like, but the Ferris wheel, you know the Ferris wheel.
But to us, it's like, obviously we know what that is. No, I know. It's very interesting because I feel like a lot of our friends from Georgia, that would be, you know, it's a big trip, but I think that's something that a lot of our friends would like, but like no one really knows about it. I mean, granted, it was only on my radar in the last 5 years, but still. So yeah, Brooke said it best. It's Coachella. There's a weekend 1, weekend 2 in Indio, California. There's a third weekend hosted by the same company, everything with the Ferris wheel and the rainbow thing.
Walkway. What is that? I've never went in that.
I've never have. It looks like a sweat fest. Like
it's just stairs, right?
It's a ramp.
Or not stairs.
You just like go up and it's colorful. I think it looks prettier from afar, not like in it. I don't really know. I can't speak from experience.
Gotcha.
Or did I? I don't know.
Unless it's air conditioned.
It just looks hot in there. Nice. But they do a country music festival the third weekend called Stagecoach. So Coachella, Stagecoach. And everyone does the same thing as Coachella. You get a house in Palm Springs, Indio, whatever you want. And you make a weekend out of it. It's 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The headliners were Luke Bryan, Kane Brown, and Chris Stapleton. And then so many artists underneath that you would love as well, like Old Dominion, John Party, my fave. I'm blanking. Gabby Barrett. Like, literally, you could look up the lineup. Like, I'm not going to
you don't have to
bore you with the details. But one thing I was telling Brooke is there's actually like this random like EDM house community at Stagecoach. This is so
crazy to me, guys. This is new information unlocked.
Yeah, and I guess I like knew it last year, but this year it's definitely was bigger. Like some people came because I don't know if Diplo performs every night, but at least Sunday night's the big night that Diplo performs.
He performed last year. I remember this.
He did perform last
country.
year.
He does a lot of country crossover. He does like EDM country now. That's like his thing.
Wow, I
with like Little Nas X and stuff. Like he has like songs, and he did one with Florida Georgia Line. Like he like does country songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't mind that so much, actually. No. I think it's kind of fun and like summery and upbeat, which is kind of...
It's such a good vibe.
Interesting.
Especially at the festival. But it's always on Sunday night, late night, when you're literally dead tired. But we did go last year. It's unfortunate, though, because they put him not on the main stage. They put him in like in one of those tents, you know? And it's just... Because the headliner finishes, then everyone, you know, they have to set up, which I understand, but it's just a lot. There's another area called, I think it's called the Honky Tonk, and it's like this huge tent, and then throughout the day there's DJs, there's square dancing in there. It's so fun.
Say less.
I know. So we were like drunk one day, like FaceTiming Brooke, like, you need to come next year. But the only problem with that is
I know who's gonna stay with me the whole time.
Who's gonna go with Brooke to the EDM tent? Like, yes, there is something for you.
I know, but I could be a trooper and go to some of the stuff. It would be nice if I had a buddy that was in it with me, you know?
Yeah.
But I'll find someone.
We could find you a buddy.
We have a whole year to find
We've got a
buddy.
whole year. So I mean, it depends on the lineup next year. Brooke and I are both very like, if the lineup is not good, why would I go?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Coachella. Like if next year, like, oh my God, if Drake is I would literally die, but I don't think that's his journey. Like then you like maybe want to go to Coachella or Stagecoach. It just all depends on the music. But our group was really fun. We made a little hashtag. It didn't last very long, but we were like, we're going to make a hashtag and the Stagecoach 6. So that was me, Ryan, the only boy on the trip. God bless his soul.
He was such a trooper, though. I feel like he had a ton of fun, though.
He had so much fun. Like, it was so great. Yeah. Like, I wasn't ever worried about him.
And you never felt, like, weird about bringing him or anything?
No.
Like, I feel like he's such a blender. Like, he doesn't care if he's the only guy. Like,
no.
I feel like some guys would be like, well, where the bros at? Like, Ryan is so chill.
Yes.
You know?
Which, you know, and I'm happy you said that, because for a second I was like, he kind of is, like, such a bro. Like, but he never... Like every now and then we'd have pregame, someone bring their boyfriend and be like, oh yes, like I'm so excited, but it was never like complaining, which I really appreciated.
That's really
I
nice.
think he was just also so happy to be included. But it was me, Ryan, Clara Purse, Katie Bellotti, Anna Hyde, and Gretchen Garrity.
I had so much. I did have a lot of FOMO.
Brooke
That
was
group is like,
invited,
that's like
full-
my dream
Dream team.
lineup.
My Stagecoach.
That's my Stagecoach. No, and there were so many other people there that Allison Cooch, I am dying to meet her. Like,
She's so cool.
We're like internet friends, but you know, I
Yeah,
wanna meet
you
her
guys
so
are.
bad. There's so many people that were there that there's some others that I'm blanking
Ellie
on.
Thuman was there. I mean, you've met her.
Yeah.
Katie Austin.
It just looked like fun. The people that you'd meet up with. Obviously, Margot, Claudia went. It
Yeah,
would be so,
Shannon was there.
Shannon Ford. Oh, duh.
I mean, we only were with them on Sunday night, but yeah,
it just was like a great group of people. Like I was like, that's my Stagecoach.
I know,
like,
it was really nice. We definitely missed you.
Thanks.
But I'm trying, like, yeah, our house ended up being really great. We all took on our different, our Airbnb. Everyone took on their own roles. I won't express this story because Katie already talked about it on Match Made in Manhattan, but you guys need to go listen to their recent episode. The things that happened to Katie Bellotti are unreal. It's like they know she has a dating podcast.
She's gonna write an epic book one day.
Yeah. Brief summary, but like go listen. Basically, long story, very, very, very short in 2 sentences. She met a guy when we were listening to, I think, Old Dominion, and then she ended up hooking up with his best friend who was there with him, and then the guy was like, oh, sorry, I can't. But then they ended up hooking up anyways that night. That's all I'll say. But it was unreal, just because I know some people are lazy. But you definitely should go listen to her podcast to listen to the whole story. It's really funny. Any other notes? Oh, Clara Purse, we've obviously had her on the podcast. She's queen of Sunday reset cleaning. Guys, literally on the last morning, she was like, she texted in our group chat, no one clean, I'm doing a Sunday reset. Say less.
Yeah.
Because we had these not huge, but we had big pre-games. Huge and big. Okay.
Yeah.
We had pre-games.
Massive, enormous.
They literally weren't out.
Blowout.
I love a pre-game. Blowout. We had these pre-games every day before the festival. And obviously, we would leave the house in a mess. I mean, when do you ever leave a pregame with things cleaned up? That's a bad pregame.
Unless someone's like too sober, because then they're cleaning up. Like, you know, because then you have the one person who's like, everyone's being so loud. Like, you know,
everyone's just being loud together, ripping shots, like throwing things everywhere. Clara had gotten these really cute cowboy boot shot glasses. Like,
they were really cute.
She bought umbrellas for us to put in our drinks. She was making us cocktails all weekend.
I saw that.
Literally. Marry this girl up. She is perfect in every way. I had never seen this side of her too. Like, I'm exposing her. She can party, and it was so much fun. Obviously, Katie was a blast. Gretchen and Anna. We've known Gretchen for so long. I met Anna like in the last 2 years, and so many people were messaging because Anna went to South Carolina.
Yes.
So they were like, "Oh my god, my SEC girlies!" Like, it was really cool to hang out with her as well. I don't know how she lives her life. Like, she is a true gal on the go.
So true.
Like, she came from her night shift that ended at 7 a.m. She ended up missing her flight, but she's amazing. Like, I don't know how she does it all, truly. And we all had so much fun. I love seeing everyone's outfits. So yeah.
So you would do it. Well, you did it last year, I guess, but you would do it again. I'm trying to think what else happened at Stagecoach.
I know nothing
had, like a lot of fun. Oh, wait, okay. I wanted more insight on the brand deal you did, because you said that maybe you were going to meet someone from Yellowstone. Did that end up not happening?
Meeting.
Okay.
I don't even remember his name because I don't watch Yellowstone, but everyone's freaking out.
He was like an ambassador for this
whiskey
company.
I think if I had gotten there, it was. So
okay.
I did a deal with Jameson Whiskey, and I was really excited because obviously
That's
you guys know I
sick,
enjoy whiskey, and it was for their new like orange whiskey drink, which is freaking delicious. So me, Clara, Katie, and Ryan went early so I could do that, which I was really thankful. I was like, okay, I'll get us a Uber black SUV. Like, I'll get us there. It was really nice of them to come with me early, because usually you get to the festival each day around like 4, 5, or 6, depending on like when the earliest person you want to see is. And I think I had to get there at 4 that day, which is pretty early because it's pretty like hot, but it was really nice of them and we had fun. Mm-hmm. One thing I just thought was so interesting, and I made fun of her for it, and now I'm like, I might do it.
Is what?
She made mood boards for her poses.
Clara did.
Sorry. Yeah,
Is this
Clara.
the most Clara thing ever?
It's the most Clara thing ever, because you guys know I love making my Google Drives. Like, I'm literally going to Tampa this weekend for my brother's grad party. Oh, I have all of my outfit options. We're literally having it at our house. I have all my outfit options on Google Drive. Like, I love that. But the next level is then those outfits. What are you going to do for the photos? How are you going to pose in them? Clara?
This is what I need too, because I'm always like, Danielle, what do I do with my hair?
And like, not even the poses. It's like the whole...
The photo aesthetic. Yeah.
Yes.
I know what you mean. Is it like more background focused? Is it more like, yes, are you just in the corner? I see what you mean.
Yes. Like, do you have
shoot
a
it
prop?
from low? Yeah. Do you shoot it from high?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, it's a whole vision, rather, because sometimes Brooke and I, we don't always have each other to take the photos. So you have to be like, okay, exactly, I want the photo just like this. You can show someone.
That's
like,
so helpful.
Clara had this photo she wanted to take with like her bathing suit on and cowboy boots. Good. So good. And I think she had gotten like inspiration from a photo, which is amazing. And I'm going to Greece soon, and I'm already starting to save.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Because it's just, it's always the same thing. It's like you get dressed and you have this outfit and you want to take a photo, and it's like me with my hand like on my hip, and then
it's the same photo, it's the same different outfit. Yeah.
So I was giggling at her. I was like, you made a mood board of poses?
It sounds ridiculous, but then when in practice, it's actually smart and probably time saving.
Yep.
Versus just sitting there and firing away like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah.
So this is a Clara hype video, basically.
So if you haven't listened to our episode with Clara, that's like one of my favorites. That was like before we met her that day, and that was.
She talked about it the whole trip, by the way.
Really?
She was like, remember that time you and Brooke literally just met me and made me talk about myself for an hour? I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
so
she's
funny.
Not scarred, but she was just like, you guys don't know how nervous I was that day, and I didn't think she seemed nervous at all.
No, she really held it together. I remember I met her in the lobby and she told me she was nervous, and I told you, I was like, I think she told me she's a little nervous, but like she didn't come across that way.
No, not at all. But we just forget because we're so used to turning on the camera, turning on the microphone, and talking.
Yeah. I'm like, no, this is easy. Like, please, there's much harder things. Sometimes TikToks are harder than this.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else. I know like I've told you a lot already, but I'm just trying to think for podcast purposes. Oh, there's just no easy way to freaking leave that festival. Like it was just hell on earth, you guys. Like,
okay, can you explain those? We could insert a video if we make this into a TikTok of those little like bike things you took.
Oh my gosh, the way we paid $15 per person for a 2-minute ride.
What is that? So they just have them at the front of the festival?
It's like where the Ubers drop you off, then you have to walk really far. Like the cars can only get in so far. So they're called pedicabs. And they have a ton of people there lined up, and you just pick one. They're all decorated differently, and I just picked one based off what song I liked the best. I'm like, oh, you got Taylor Swift, we're going in that one. And it's literally just for one little walkway, but it just gets you that much closer to the festival, and it's so fun because the wind's blowing in your hair, and they're playing music, and they're like, okay, that'll be $15 per person, and you're like, holy fuck, like that.
Did you have to carry cash?
No, thank God. Venmo? They had their little Venmo guy. Oh, yep, and that was good. But then like you would have to walk more, and then there's another pedicab, and it's like, do we want to pay another? Like it's a scam, but we did it.
That's the thing with music festivals is if you like, you're really in the elements. Like you're not to be like so like that, but you are in the elements. It's not a concert. Like you're buckling up, and you're I'm walking. You walk a lot,
so much in cowboy boots.
Oh, those are that's tough.
I saw like 2 people wearing sneakers. I'm like, you're smart, but also gotta have the boots. And so it's treacherous, like I can't lie. Like it's like leaving the festival. One night we literally walked back because we couldn't find it was just a whole thing. Took off my shoes, wearing my bare socks for a 30-minute walk. That was fun. But yeah, other than that, it's so fun.
Yeah, it was a fun time. Yeah. I'm influenced. I might go. I can't believe that I would.
I can't believe you're saying
next year. But if everything aligns, I would go.
What if we had an opportunity to go to Coachella? Would you also want to do Stagecoach? I don't even know how I feel.
That's so much back to
I know. I was thinking about that. Like, what if Coachella lineup's like amazing next year and we want to do Coachella? Like, would I also like? I
the thing is, we don't live in LA, so it's like it's not a journey. Like that's a cross country trip, like twice, and
there's just one weekend in between.
I mean, if the right opportunities come, I'm not going to say no. Like
to do both.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking about it.
I'm open-minded with that sort of thing.
Can they release lineup like tomorrow so we can plan ahead?
When do they normally release it? I feel like it's in the winter, right?
Yeah.
Or not winter, like fall. Like it
maybe
takes
this
a minute.
fall. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll see. So while I was getting on up in Indio, California, Brooke was chilling out with the girls in Naples, Florida. I've never been to Naples, which is crazy because I'm from Florida. So can you just like take me there, like paint a picture?
I can take you there. Picture a cross between a young, up and coming, dare I say, trendy place, little town, cute town, city vibes, mixed with retirement community. I would say cross those things together, and then you get beautiful Naples, Florida. But it's so funny. I posted a picture of my story of like the outside, like the streets with the street, like they had like, string lights and stuff like that. I was like, oh my God, like I love this place. And someone replied, like, girl, this is a strip mall.
It's giving me in Maine. Romanticizing the street lights.
It wasn't a strip mall. Like it was like the city, but I was like, oh shoot, I guess
I'm in the town, the Hallmark town. Yeah. This is a strip mall.
Girl.
What stores were there? Or what was it?
They actually had like a full on like shopping street. It's like, I think it's called like Fifth Ave. Type of Fifth Ave. Yeah. They had a shop. We actually didn't go shopping, but we like walked because we went to dinner and like walked to the bar from dinner.
Love that.
So we passed all the stores. They have like a Brandy Melville and stuff. Like it's a full on like outdoor shopping
Naples,
area.
wow.
I know, I said that too. I was like, kind of out of place, right?
Yeah. Must do well, I guess so.
Yeah, but then they had all the other stuff too. So my friend Jessie from I went to college with her, but she lives in Hoboken actually, but New York. So we've like I'm still friends with all my college friends, but obviously if they live in New York, like we're a lot closer because we see each other a lot more. And she invited me, a few of her home friends, her roommate, and another one of our college friends, Alicia, to her home in Naples. And I have to say, like, I wasn't super close with all the girls. Like, it really was like Alicia, I knew my friend Giles, like I did, and then the other girls I did, like, I've met them several times, but I didn't really know them so well.
Yeah.
So it was really nice to go on a girls trip and like really get to know people more.
Wow.
And like just kick back with the gals. Like, I knew it was going to be a pretty chill trip. We went out like one night. I have like the list of recs of places I would say go. I mean, for you, I feel like it's not needed, I guess, because you're in Florida already.
I need to see where it is on a map. Like, is it South Florida? I think so.
Well, it's on your coast. It's like not.
It's on.
far.
It's on the west coast of Florida. Okay, it's like under Fort Myers. Yeah, I just like haven't ventured that way.
When I put it into like drive to my parents' place, it said 3 hours. So.
Okay, yeah. And then how long was the drive from there to Miami? 2?
Yeah, 2 hours 15 minutes or so, because I did end
Wow.
up driving there. I'll give you the list of places we went. Because we went to the beach. I became a beach girl.
Oh my gosh.
The beach was really lovely though. It was really, it's a really up and coming area too. So much construction. Like it's one of those spots of Florida. Yeah,
of course.
I'm sure. I feel like a lot of people are moving there. We went to Osteria Tulia for dinner one night, which was amazing. That's like on that shopping street that I told you about.
Sounds
and it was
Italian.
like, we sat outside and it was like lovely. It gave like European vibes of like sitting on the street and like the people pass by.
Yeah,
we sat there for so long that a group of people passed us twice, like I guess twice, and they're like, this group is still here, and we heard them say it.
Oh my god, I'm so dead.
Because we were just sitting there like drinking wine.
That's the best. That's my favorite kind of night, when you like have a fun dinner and you just like, you don't need to stand, you're just there.
No, you're just hanging out.
Yeah.
And then I guess we went out like in that area, but then the next night we went out in this place called, oh my god, I'm like blanking on the name of the shopping area, but we went to Hampton Social for like dinner and more of like a pregame. Then we went to Blue Martini, which they had like a cover band, and it was
cute.
It's really nice. It's a really like big mix of ages. I felt like we were like some of the youngest, but then there's like, I feel like there's like a lively nighttime scene there.
Yeah.
And I just had a great time. I would highly suggest doing girls trips. I feel like you always get so much closer to people when you travel with them.
Definitely.
You probably feel that way too.
You learn a lot too.
Yeah, you go those levels deeper.
Oh yeah, and it's so fun like having the group chat. Like, good morning everybody. Like, who's up? Who wants to get coffee? Like, I love the camaraderie of it.
It was. Everyone was like making breakfast. They're like, I'm making eggs. Anybody want?
It's
it was very
cute.
wholesome, really fun. I just want to do more trips like that. I said in my like goals for this year, I think, or whatever, I wanted to do more girls trips because
they're so good for the soul.
They are.
They're so invigorating, and like the laughs that you have on those trips are unlike any other.
And like inside jokes and stuff.
Oh
like
my
next
god.
level. Yeah. So highly suggest, and thank you, Jessie, for inviting me. That actually worked out because I got invited to that before you guys were like going to Stagecoach and stuff. So like it really worked out for me.
Yeah, she couldn't come to Stagecoach. Actually.
I know
she was tied up.
Did you want to go to Stagecoach? I was like, no, I said yes to you guys first.
Yeah,
but meanwhile, I wouldn't have.
No, I'm glad it worked out because that way you weren't like sitting in bed like looking.
That would have been tough. That would have been tough. Yeah, that would have been tough for me. Keep yourself busy. So then right from there, I actually flew. No, I didn't fly. I drove. I took an Uber, which worked out because the brand actually gave us like an Uber voucher, which was clutch. Yeah, big moves there to Miami with Revlon. But you came home first.
Yeah, I flew home from Stagecoach. Obviously, you lose 3 hours coming from California. So I landed at 12:20 a.m. Or no, I got to my apartment at 12:20 a.m. on Monday night,
late,
Tuesday morning, to leave the next morning for the airport at 9 a.m. for Miami.
That's a challenge.
But I'm happy that I came back because I literally had like sand in my suitcase, like all my boots. Like there was no reason to go straight to Miami. Like, and I had like packages here that I needed to bring with me, like, But I had 8 hours, to my apartment to switch up before the next trips.
I think it was necessary for you.
Yeah.
If I wasn't in Florida already, I would have liked the opportunity to come back.
But that was the same climate, same everything. But I know it is nice, but that was too perfect. You couldn't.
Yeah, I never traveled 2 suitcases. I brought 2 suitcases. It was
smart.
like, that was the vibe.
Yeah, I love that. So you drove. So you had a whole day to yourself in Miami.
I did because I ended up getting there a day early. I like told the brand, I was like, oh, no worries. Like, you know, I actually already have a flight to Florida and then I'm just going to Uber. So like, I'm just going to stay at another hotel and I'll come over like when the trip starts. And they were like, oh no, like we'll just pay for an extra night for you at this amazing hotel, the Miami edition.
Like, oh my God.
Okay. I mean, if you insist.
When Brooke told me that, I was like, should I fly straight from Stagecoach? Like,
an extra night at this gorgeous hotel.
Wow.
And I just had the day to myself. That was the day of the Met Gala. So I feel like I sat outside. I went on the beach actually, because the beach at this hotel ended up being like a better situation than the pool.
Like sunny.
Yeah. Walked around a bit, watched the Met Gala, woke up the next day, went to Soul Cycle and waited for everybody to get there. Like I knew
you went on a walk with Colby, right? Went to Sun Life and you had a whole day.
I just love Miami.
I do too.
I know. It really is like the perfect mix of like, you get the city, like, I mean, we stayed on South Beach most of the time.
South Beach is epic. But I feel like it's one of those things. It's like visiting there is so fun.
Oh, totally. I like Brickell too, though. We went to dinner at Brickell. And I was like, oh,
it's sick. I mean, living there would be sick too. Like, Cass D'Amico, do you know who she is? And like Lisa D from our Revolve trip. Cool. Like their Miami life. I mean, it's a bougie, beautiful Miami life. So obviously, who wouldn't want to live that? But I just like love a weekend in Miami.
Me too. It's crazy. I definitely do. It's definitely a like you could take the nightlife to the extreme if you want to, but like a chill trip to Miami. Well, you just went, I guess, a few months ago.
Yeah. And I was happy Miami, to be back. Girl.
It's a good, the New York to Miami pipeline is real though, because heavy. I was sitting by the pool the first day and there was a group of guys and they're like, yeah, he lives like, oh, I know that guy. Like he works with Portnoy. He lives in the Village. Like, I was like, wow, this is so funny.
Like you're in New York.
I felt like I was in New York.
Close your eyes. You're at the pool in New York City and you're overhearing all these conversations.
Because I guess they all just come here. Everyone we would meet would have, you know, Uber drivers, everything. They're like, oh yeah, you still live there.
Oh my God. No, it's so true. You're actually so right. So yeah, we got invited to Miami with Revlon, which we were so excited about. It was to celebrate their Color Stay line, which isn't new necessarily. It's just amazing. And it was really cool because they wanted to show that their makeup could last in the Miami heat, which I thought was really neat.
Really smart concept for a brand trip.
But we actually both got our own rooms, which was awesome. Like usually like brands would be like, okay, the gals go together, but they asked us and we kind of like discussed. We kind of went back and forth on it.
And I think we made the right call because everybody else got their own room. We
did.
Yeah.
Because that would have been really awkward if everyone like bunked up, but everyone took their own room. I mean, the rooms weren't like ginormous. Like it didn't feel wasteful at all.
No,
like,
not at all.
Especially if you're having like bathroom problems, you want to be able to like sit on your own toilet. Like,
I didn't even talk about that.
No, I mean, because honestly, same. Like, there's just moments where you're like, I'm so happy to be in a hotel room alone, like doing my thing, showering.
Your FaceTime, you know, you're being loud.
Yeah, the FaceTimes. Oh my God, it was so nice. We were only in
the room for such like vulnerable parts of the day, like the getting ready, and I don't know. I just was like, oh, it's nice.
No, I'm happy we had separate
and we were
rooms.
both coming from very social trips before that. Very. Like, you know, sharing like a bed, sharing a room, whatever.
It was so relaxing. Yeah. I love a hotel bed. Do you like a hotel bed?
Yeah, no, I slept amazing. That was my journey was sleeping amazing in Florida and just having and coming and realizing that in New York it's not the best. So I guess we'll talk about the itinerary. Did you know that hair thinning will happen to approximately 1 in 2 women? If you're among them, know that you're not alone. Nutrafol is here to help deliver results. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand and is physician formulated with 100% drug-free ingredients. So Nutrafol has this new all vegan formula that's for women ages 18 plus with plant-based lifestyles who are experiencing signs of hair thinning. And I really like Nutrafol because they target the key root causes of hair thinning in women, such as stress, nutrition, and metabolism. So while stress and styling habits can contribute to poor hair health in many women, a plant-based diet can create nutrient gaps that further impact hair growth. So for the vegan formula, Nutrafol didn't just like remove non-vegan ingredients from their women's formula. Instead, they identified other clinically tested 100% vegan ingredients that naturally optimize the body's own collagen production. And with consistent daily use, Nutrafol's women's vegan hair growth supplement promotes visibly less hair shedding, visibly thicker hair volume, and hair that grows faster, longer, and stronger. In fact, in a clinical study, 100% of women reported improved hair strengths after 3 months and more scalp coverage after 6 months. So I am doing just the women's formula of Nutrafol right now. I feel like I'm just, you know, having a little bit of hair shedding as I get older, and I definitely am seeing improvements. I'm really looking forward to this journey. It's definitely a journey. Like, I'm going to be on it for many, many months, but I am a big fan of Nutrafol, and if you're vegan, check out their vegan option. So take the first step to visibly thicker, healthier hair. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month's subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code GALS. Find out why over 4,000 healthcare professionals recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code GALS. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code GALS. And we met so many new people. We were actually like sat at tables with like people that we hadn't really ever like gotten to talk to before, which was so great.
Yeah, that was really nice. We had a little squad at the end with like our, because at the last night they put us with the first night table because they knew we were having so much fun. So we were really thankful to that, to like make new friends. And now it's like, oh, when you're coming to New York, you're hanging out with us. Like, it's really cool because that trip especially was nice because we knew a couple people, but honestly we met so many new people too. And it was a lot of like beauty and like hair people there, which was cool.
Lots of makeup people. So we definitely got to see some great looks. I was so inspired.
I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get on it.
The faces were like insane.
Oh my God.
Slayed. And it was just a really like well-run, really thoughtful trip. And I'm, like I said, I'm just glad I got to have the opportunity to like really re-experience a brand that I grew up loving, you know?
No, it was really cool. I don't know about you, but I haven't been on a brand trip like that in a minute. Like,
no,
I feel like, you know, the gals have had their time, but we were reincarnated for this trip, and we're very thankful to Revlon for even thinking of us. They were very like, we wanted you guys here, which it's always nice to hear that.
It was so validating.
It felt really validating. It was really cool because, like we said, we walked in the room and there was all the makeup, but then they also like had all these really thoughtful things, like a Polaroid, this really beautiful customized tote bag with our names on it, this really beautiful hat from L Space. Like, I literally used everything in the room. I like came down to the beach with like my sunscreen, my hat, my bag. Like, it was amazing.
It was really thoughtful and just extremely well run. The team was great. We got to like I said, really talk with them, which was so cool.
Oh my God, so cool.
And there were actually a lot of people. There was like, because there was brand people, there's PR agency people. It reminded me of Delaney's job, kind of.
It really did. Like, I was like, you guys are like a Delaney. You're like a digital marketing girly. One thing that I thought was funny throughout the whole trip, we can get into like what we did, but everyone was making these comments about us that we are like, you guys are so good about posting in the moment. Can we talk about this?
Yeah, we can talk about this.
I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah. So a lot of influencers, I guess, do this thing where and there's no right or wrong way.
No, there's no right or wrong.
It's just kind of preference and how we've always done it, I guess. A lot of people will they'll take their photos and videos, or I guess TikTok too, especially because you're not maybe necessarily like you need to edit it afterwards and stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And they'll post it either the next day, later in the night when they get home, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Danielle and I have always been a post in the moment kind of person. You know, we go out and we're like taking Instagram photos in our outfits. I'm going to edit it and post it 5 minutes later.
Yeah, like we want the like
immediate.
Like it feels current and it feels.
Yes.
Same with the podcast. We're very like record the week of if we can help it. If
possible, we try. Yeah.
Like this episode's going up 2 days before it goes live. Like
I feel that. And Instagram stories, I mean, of course, if they're sponsored, sometimes like they have to be, you know, pre-approved. Like it takes approvals. But if it's like just showing stuff from our day, like it's pretty real time.
It's pretty real time. I'd say with Instagram stories, especially if it's like a dinner or night out, I feel like we'll wait till we get back to the hotel room or something like that, and then you kind of post.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, a lot of times it's very like, I don't know, Kit and Lauren, they were all like, you guys just like post right away. And they weren't like making fun of us. It was just like
an observation.
It was an observation. They made it now. And Kit even said to me, she was like, it's so impressive because with some people you could tell like, oh, they just put that up really quick. But like you still make it look aesthetic. And I was like, Kit, that is the biggest compliment.
That is the ultimate compliment. Wow.
Ever. Thank you. So that was just like a funny comment they made. I don't know if anyone else will think that's funny, but I was like, I didn't realize this about us.
I do notice now, like, I've noticed after we went to the dinner, like everyone else like posted or even they posted their photos like days later.
Yeah,
you know?
Gretchen did that with Stagecoach.
Yeah,
I mean, she would post day 1 like on day 2. And
that's smart though, because sometimes I just throw up stuff and then I like the photo I took later better or something. But it's all whatever works for you, whatever floats your boat.
But it's not like, by the way, it's not like Brooke and I are sitting there on our phones the whole time. We literally just take our photos and then post them, and then we're not thinking about them anymore. Yeah, you can't be like, oh, I took another photo. Which one? Like you posted that photo.
That's why I do it so that I can't overthink it. Honestly.
Yep.
It's to avoid the overthinking later on.
Truly.
Yeah. That is a great observation that you made. Yeah, because most of the people we were with, some people like had a YouTube channel, but it was mostly they were TikTok and like Instagram focused.
Definitely.
Creators, I think. a lot of LA creators, which was really cool because
Lots of LA.
Yeah, we know a lot of people in the New York space, but I feel like LA is kind of like a mystery
There's
sometimes.
I mean, there's so many more influencers over there.
True.
How could you even know? So
True.
we made the world a little smaller that week.
Yeah, it was.
It was bad.
I actually have a really funny story. So we made a really good friend, Vari, who sat next to me at the dinners, really, and I guess and you too. The second night. No, you were on the other side of me still. You
I was across
my
from you
seat
guys.
buddy.
Yeah, you're a seat buddy.
And the first night Danielle and I were explaining our relationship, friendship, because people were like, oh, and you two are like, you've been friends before this, and we were like, yeah, I mean,
We go way back,
of course.
10 years. No, it was because Vari was asking these amazing questions. Like, I think we had so much fun at dinner because he was these thought-provoking questions. So many. Like, how do you guys feel about blah, blah, blah? Like, it was a whole thing. It
was really really not just about work, like about real life,
real life
stuff. But we somehow got on the note of like our friendship, and we were like, yeah, well, we've been, and Danielle starts going on this whole spiel. She's like, well, we've been friends for 10 years. We've done the podcast for almost 5 years. And it's a lot of fun. We just have a lot of fun. Then Vari's like, oh, that's amazing. What would you guys say is the secret? And then Danielle answers, and she goes on this whole pitch about, she's like, well, I always say you got to be really passionate about it. I mean, we do it every week.
Talking about the podcast, I was like, we got really lucky. We started when podcasts weren't that much of a thing, and everyone starts dying laughing, and I'm like, what's wrong?
And Vari was like, no, the secret to your friendship for 10 years, that's a really big deal. Like,
and to me, we just all started dying laughing. I was honestly so embarrassed, but not really. But I was just like, I'm just used to everyone saying podcast. Like, ask about the podcast. No one has ever. People ask us like we met at Acme. She asked us about our friendship, stuff like that. But no one's ever said like, what's the secret to having a friend?
No,
for 10
we need
years?
to do a whole episode. I think.
Clearly, I guess it's a thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's like something that we actively. It's not like we're like in friendship therapy. Like,
no, and it is interesting though. Like when they were asking us questions, like, wow, you guys can work together, go to college together, and I was like, honestly, go on tour together.
It is a flex.
It's a slight flex.
It is a subtle flex. So very, very happy with that.
Very,
very,
very happy.
No, it's really interesting though, meeting people and like kind of when you meet them for the first time, and we were sat at this table and we weren't sure like how they knew each other, how all the other people, and it was interesting that they were like, oh, you two have been friends for a minute, like because we just were going across the table, we had banter, and we were like, wait, how long have you guys known each other? And some of them like
had just met. Yeah, I know. You never really know the dynamics till you really ask the questions.
Oh, totally. We also played a really fun game on the bus one night.
Oh my God, it was so funny.
We need to share.
It was after Sexy Fish. Okay, well, first
we'll go into the itinerary. Okay.
Oh, like all the way back it up?
Or, yeah, we'll just share like the highlights of what we did, right?
Yeah, the first night we had dinner at our hotel, the Matador Room.
Highly suggest.
Great food. Oh my gosh.
So much food everywhere we went. They killed it with the menu.
Oh my God, guys, these menus. I have never seen a menu like this. There were snacks, appetizers, then mid-course, then entree, then dessert. In that order.
Insane. Such good food too.
Such good food. It was so funny. Me and Isabel, the girl I was sitting next to, we were like, oh, you know what I would love for dessert? We literally said chocolate chip cookies and chocolate lava cake. They put that on the table.
That you manifested.
Like, I want to say it's manifesting, but also like it was in the kitchen already, but still.
So great.
Because it wasn't on the menu, and we were like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
like,
they were really, really good about that.
We were really excited. Something I realized about you, or not about you, but for you, not about you. I mean, obviously we know you're allergic to peanuts. I just feel so bad because every time desserts come to the table, it's a big issue. And I like feel so bad for you. Because you're like, I want to try that, but like, are there nuts? And they're never sure. And
I'm never too good.
Never too bad.
Yeah, it is. But it kind of gives me, like, I'm usually full by that point anyways. And I'm like, whatever. Do you really need it?
Yeah. It's like,
and it's not worth me for the next 20 minutes convincing myself I'm having an allergic reaction.
I have been with you. That happened.
I'm like, my throat's
I swear. Yeah. And that's a fair thing to feel, by the way. But
no, but I can tell that I'm convincing myself, but then I'm like, am I or am I not?
And then when the waiter's like, yeah, there's no nuts.
Or like, there might be nuts in that thing next to it. I'm like, okay, well, you gotta then, like, I'm like, is it peanuts? Like, it shouldn't be. It's probably just hazelnuts. I'm like, I don't like the verbiage you chose.
No, I know. Like, and then I can taste peanuts in something, but then I was really bugging out. I was like, okay, let me try one. And I was like, I was like, I was trying to find the peanut. I was like, I think it's
Looking for that
hazelnut, but
note.
I'm not sure.
It's honestly better to be cautious. You know? And if I
err
really
on
want a
the
dessert,
side.
I definitely could be like, you know, hey, can you bring me a peanut free? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
like go ask the chef directly or the baker.
Yes. I was so full by that point. I was
Yeah.
like, don't even worry about it.
Yeah, we were so full, but the dinner was amazing that night. Then the next morning we woke up. Oh my God, Brooke took us on a 40-minute walk to Sun Life. Guys, she tells me, she goes, do you want to watch Sun Life? I'm like, yeah, let's go. Hot girl walk time. And then she's like, and I said, how long? I swear the first time you told me it was 20 minutes. And then we were like in the lobby and you're like, it's like a 30-minute walk. On the walk, it's 40 minutes. And I'm like, only because my knee has been bothering me recently.
I know, I felt bad about that.
And no. I wore my sleeve, but and we had like the makeup appointments, but I was like, you did it the other day, so clearly
we made it back in time.
We did. We made it back in the nick of time.
Yeah.
But it was funny because it was like 20, 30.
I know.
But it was good.
It's because I walked from somewhere else the day before, so I was like already in the direction of where I was going.
Yeah.
So that was like the issue. So
no,
I
it was
exactly
good.
Sure.
It was good movement to get in. Honestly, it was the only movement I got in last week. Like, let's be real. Like, I didn't get to work out at all. So it was good. And we had like a great little group of gals. We walked to Sun Life and we came back, got our makeup done.
I've been extra annoying about those walks. I used to be like, all right, if I miss a day, I miss a day. But in Naples, I was with a group of people who wanted to walk too.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it was really nice. And I just am like, we're in Florida, it's hot. Like maybe we won't walk, but like people wanted to. So then I just committed to the bit. I was like, oh, I'm a walker now. Like I walk everywhere. Yeah.
No, it's truly amazing. Like I love a walk. It's lovely.
Especially in the morning before it gets like too, like the second half of the walk, it was hot. The first half, beautiful morning walk.
Yeah.
You know, because it was like doable, and then it starts to
you get that
creep
morning
up
sun.
there. You're like, it's getting like 85 out here.
It's such a great way to like get a workout in during vacation too. And I think it's the New York in us that's like, I can walk anywhere, and then you're like walking on the side of the road. But actually, our walk to Sun Life was lovely because we were on that trail by the beach. Yeah. So no complaints there.
That was actually like slightly out of the way to walk on the trail because I walked like a more direct route the last time, but I was literally on the side of like a multi-lane highway. Like I was and no one else was walking. I was like, is this like safe? I'm just wondering.
No, I'm glad you made that decision for us. Yeah. Our little mapper outer.
Yeah, of course.
So we did that. We got our makeup done, and then they took us to Nikki Beach, which neither of us had been to. It's like a beach club. I literally felt like I was in Mykonos. We had a full. Thank you. I forget who. I'm like, who is the person that I always say? It's you.
Yeah.
Because I'm like playing.
Because we were there, and like they would go over the mic, right?
Yes, the DJs would like every 5 minutes. Mykonos.
And you just were like, yay.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
You're going back to Mykonos.
She's coming back.
Did you announce that yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think so. Yeah, I've like loosely said I'm going to Greece. I think I said it earlier in this episode. I'm going to Greece with my friends. We're calling it a very delayed college grad trip because
brilliant. Yeah.
We never went.
Never did one. I know. I never did one of those either.
No, but my brother's like going to Costa Rica. So I'm like, okay, grad trips are definitely a thing.
Oh, it's like people go to Europe and like multi-country, you know, like you hop around, you do the whole thing.
They really do.
Yeah.
So I'm pumped. And my friend planned it all, which is so nice because it's one of those while the group, like the trip left the group chat because I don't know how we would have gotten together without her. So shout out her. Mykonos, Nikki Beach. We went to Nikki Beach. It was so fun. We got to lay on these like day beds.
The food once again amazing.
Was so good.
Oh, so good.
And then we got back. We had an hour or so, changed, salsa dancing. Oh my God, this was actually really funny. Actually, it wasn't funny. Never mind. It wasn't funny. We did salsa dancing, which was fun. And then it was at one point it reminded me of square. Did you ever do square dancing? Yeah. They like had to switch partners, which was silly.
Yeah, at first I started doing it, and then my shoes were feeling wobbly, and I was like, I don't know if I could, you know, like you have, and Danielle wowed the group, guys. Like, no, everyone was like, Danielle, I know Danielle's a dancer, so
you're like, I know
her. I know, 10 years.
What's the secret?
Yeah. But Danielle had it in her hips. Like everyone was like, "Oh my God," because you know people look a little uncoordinated, but Danielle was just killing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, crushed it.
It's so funny because I was kind of like tired, and I was like, I don't know if I'll get. And then we got on there, the music started going, my hips start not lying. I was just going. It
was good energy in that room. They had a little bar in the corner.
I know.
Yeah, it was fun.
They were so prepared. Revlon just had everything thought of.
I know they really did.
It was so nice.
I loved the custom menus and everything. It was so thought of. Yeah. So then we took a bus to this place called Sexy Fish.
Oh,
yes.
I had so much fun.
It was so much fun. I feel like this is every restaurant in Miami. I'm generalizing, obviously, but they are like restaurant clubs. Like
Yeah.
I've been to several in Miami that are like this.
It's so
that
true.
The music progressively gets louder through the dinner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it becomes like more of a bar club scene, but it starts out as a restaurant.
It's literally the best. Like we had never been, and I had heard about it the last time I was in Miami. Obviously, I don't die for seafood, so I'm never like.
Yeah, that was a tough menu for you.
Tough menu for me, but I had some shrimp.
Yeah, you ate the fried shrimp.
Yeah, Brooke is like, it's fried octopus, by the way. I'm like, really? Like, I liked that.
No, wait, I said it was fried lobster.
No,
fried
sorry.
lobster because
Fried lobster.
we didn't know what it was. To be clear, that wasn't on the menu. It was like a bonus. So we just showed there was like fried bites on the table. We were so hungry. We were like, I mean, we're gonna eat it.
Yeah,
like,
and I was so hungry. No, fried octopus is calamari. I actually don't mind calamari.
I thought that you liked that.
Yeah, fried lobster, because I don't fuck with lobster. I do not. And when they were telling me that, I was like, damn, do I really actually like lobster? But it wasn't. Thank God.
It ended up being shrimp.
I was like,
yeah,
thank
you couldn't
God.
really tell. The taste was so light on the inside.
No, it was so light. But the vibes, they were so fun. Oh my gosh, there's these little fish in front of you where that holds your chopsticks. And someone was like, hey, you can take that. And I was like, what do you mean? And they go, flip it over. On the bottom of it says stolen from Sexy
So cute.
Fish.
I have
Did
it on
you
my
take
dresser
yours?
now, yeah.
I need
What
to
are
put
you
mine
gonna
on
do
my
with it?
shelf over there with like my matches or
that's
something.
fun.
Someone said I should put it in place of a match in my matchbook.
Oh,
I don't know. I wish I got matches, but I don't think they had any.
I didn't see.
Any. I feel like I drunkenly asked, but the bathroom there is what everyone was hyping up, and it truly lived up to the hype.
Yeah, Lauren made a ton of TikToks about it. Did
Yeah,
you see? And
they, like,
went
went viral.
off. Yeah.
I
Well,
know.
you had a TikTok go viral this week.
Oh my God, yeah. My dress?
Yeah.
I just hit 100K just now on TikTok because of it.
Oh, followers?
Followers,
I was gonna say the actual TikTok got so many likes. 250,000 or something?
It was literally this House of CB dress, and I was feeling myself, and I posted a video of me dancing in it, and it literally hit 2 million views. I was like,
That's
what
insane.
the fuck? It was
Your influence. Did you link it on Like to Know It?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good.
Not like, I think only like 15 people bought it. So I was kind of shocked.
I don't think that the conversion of people actually
going
exiting
from
the app.
TikTok to-
Yeah. I feel like people look to
Yeah.
get the name and then maybe are like, and it's an expensive dress.
It's like $200 or something. But it really, and people were talking about dupes, but when I was looking at like this House of CB one, like snatches you in, because like I'll promote the dupes if they're good, but it just really snatched you in. But yeah, that's so funny that you saw that.
I like House of CB, and I like that House of CB has some dresses that are for bigger cup sizes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Really
Not
cool.
all of them do that though,
Nope.
which is so annoying.
No, it's only for certain styles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even that's a little bit of a squeeze for me, but I make
Yeah.
it work. Yeah.
So if you just need like a flattering piece of clothing, just go to houseofcb.com.
so right.
Like it clearly TikTok loves House of CB now. But yeah, so yeah, we went to Sexy Fish. It was so fun.
Highly suggest.
Oh my God.
And then at certain, like towards the end of the dinner, it did really become a club. And we were seated in this like private room, but it was like an open private room.
Which was nice.
Behind the DJ.
We literally at one point we're all like standing behind the DJ, like we're at the DJ booth, like we're not.
I've never been invited there in my entire life.
No, Audrey's telling us about some DJ that invited her to his set, and we're like, wow, you're
no,
cool.
I got invited. I'm on the guest list. I was like,
that's cool.
can't relate.
I see that for you this year. It's happening for you
really?
this year. I
Thanks.
think so.
Yeah.
Manifesting it for you.
I really want that for me.
I do too.
Yeah.
That would
Thanks.
be really fun. But yeah, the bus ride was fun too on the way back, because we were all a little bit tipsy. We were heading back, and someone announced like, we should play He's a 10 But. Yeah. And it was so funny hearing like, because it's people that we really don't know. Like we had just met on this trip and hearing everyone's different opinions.
At first I was like, I don't know if this is going to catch on. Because, like it was a big bus and like, someone at the front's like randomly shouting it. But people were in. Like,
I'm like locked in. You were trying to say something to me at one point, and I was like, wait, no, I didn't.
I know, because I had a good one. I said it like second though. I was like,
what was yours?
He's a 10, but he only wears flip flops.
Oh, see, I didn't like that one because I like flip flops.
Yeah, I know.
But
I know.
most people liked it.
I knew Kit Keenan doesn't, so I was like, at least I got one person.
Yeah,
on my
I got
side.
one person. I think I did He's a 10, but he's rude to waiters.
Yeah,
I don't vibe with that.
Yeah.
And then we played something else too, didn't we?
Oh, we said unpopular opinions.
Oh,
you
yeah.
said that. You were like, let's all go say our.
But I don't think
inspired by
anyone-
our episode.
I feel like no one did those. Like I feel like
No.
that's when it started to fade. I was like, oh, now next game, and no one was down.
I get it.
Maybe not. I can't remember.
It was a quick bus ride. It was like only 20
No,
minutes or
yeah.
so. And then you ended up still like staying up and going out, but I had a really early morning flight, so I did not make it. But it looked like I didn't even ask about how that was. The
Oh my
bowling
God.
and ice skating.
Yeah, so they were like, now, like, guys, it was midnight.
It was
and they're
12:30. It was
12:30.
Yeah.
Brooke was literally leaving at 5 a.m. the next morning. Other people didn't go to this as well, but they were like, now at the Edition Hotel in the basement, there is an ice skating rink and bowling alley. And we're all like, okay, like, I honestly was feeling my Moscow mules, and I was like, you know what? My flight's not till 9 p.m. the next day.
Oh, if I had a later flight, I would 100%.
Yeah,
I wasn't like I wasn't exhausted. I just was like, I should pack. I should. Yeah.
Yeah. So I went. I think like maybe like 3/4 of us went. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, it was so much fun. Like I honestly wish we were there. There was a DJ. We're like all bowling and being random. I did get one strike. I filmed myself bowling 3 times. The 4th time when I didn't film, strike.
Did you play a full game?
No, we were. You
were just like randomly bowling.
I feel bad because there were a couple people that I could tell were like they had their names and they were trying them. A few of us would just like, they're like,
it's my turn.
I followed suit. Someone else did it, and I was like, all right, fuck it. Like we're all just bowling, and it was so fun. And then there was an ice skating rink, real ice, you guys, not like the stupid plastic ice. You wouldn't have liked that part. But then we all put on our ice skates, and we literally.
I thought about that. I was like, I don't know if I would have partook in the ice skating, but it looked like so much fun.
We did that more. Yeah, that was really fun, and they were like blasting like throwback music, hip hop. Oh my god, we were just skating around, and it was really fun.
Skating around,
and then we all went to bed, and that was that. So
it seemed like a really wholesome night. Yeah,
it was really wholesome. It was lovely. The group just
great brand trip.
Next morning, Brooke was gone. I
moved up my. I guess I
3 times moved her flight up 3 times.
Twice.
Oh, really?
It was So it was originally for 4 p.m. or something, and then I was like, that's kind of a random time. I'll move it up to noon so that I could like leave the hotel at like 9. Then I was like, I kind of just want to like get home and have the day but at this point I was gone for a week. Mm-hmm. You know, I just felt disheveled. Like I felt out of my routine, whatever. I actually had a brand video due too. Like I was like, I kind of got to
Well, you had been gone for a minute.
Yeah. So I was like, I kind of got to get home. So I moved it up. I hate a morning flight, but I did 7 a.m. But honestly, the flight was empty, so it paid off. No one in the middle seat next to me. Free upgrade to comfort. Nice. Like I was here for it.
Really nice. I love that for you.
Yeah. So that was great. I wish we got to stay for Formula 1. That would have been sick.
Oh, that was the whole buzz during the whole trip, because then people on our trip were getting invited onto like the F1 trip. And I need to talk about something. You know who the definition of lucky girl syndrome is? My boyfriend, Ryan.
Lucky girl syndrome.
Ryan is lucky girl syndrome. Ryan gets a call as I'm leaving Miami. Like I'm literally at the airport, and he calls me. He goes, "Hey, I just got invited to go to F1, be in the Ferrari box, and stay at he tells me the one hotel." And I go, "You're staying at the one hotel, really? Like my favorite hotel ever," as I'm leaving to go to my brother's graduation. Like that's really happening. And he goes, "Yeah, like should I go?" And obviously I was like, "Oh my God, you definitely should. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like that's so cool." But I don't know why in my head, I like texted Brooke. I was like, "There's no, like, what are the odds he's staying at the one hotel? My favorite hotel in the entire world. Like no way." Ends up, he was at the Nobu Hotel, which is also so sick, but it was just like funny.
So sick. Where is the Nobu Hotel? Is it on South Beach?
It's connected to Eden Rock.
I don't know where that is either.
I don't either.
Yeah,
it's in South Beach.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so he went and he had the best time. He got all this like Ferrari merch.
That's
staying in the Nobu Hotel. He met Chef Nobu, and he Logan Paul was in his box. There's probably so many other people, because I saw like Camila Coel. I mean, everyone was wearing Ferrari stuff. But like he was in the Ferrari box, so I'm like he was probably among so many people that he just didn't know.
You needed to be there to like be like that's so
like
Delaney with Prada.
Me. Oh, in Devil Wears
Prada. Emily Blunt is the character.
Oh yeah,
she's
that's
like
blah blah blah.
Yeah, she has 3 children, and she's
yes, no, literally that needed. I was like it was so funny, but yeah, there was just a lot of buzz of F1 like as we were leaving.
Yeah,
and on that Thursday, so Brooke left in the morning. My flight wasn't until 9 p.m. that night, and I was going to Greenville, South Carolina, as we've been talking about for my brother's graduation. But I had that whole day, and I was like, I need more sun. So I had planned to just kind of chill by the beach at the Edition Hotel. And then Clara, who's been on our tongues this whole episode, Clara Purse was in Miami for a couple days and was there that day. And sadly, Brooke and I didn't get to see her the day before. And so Clara invited me. She was like, if you're alone, like just come to my hotel. She was staying at the one hotel. So I got to cosplay as a one hotel guest.
Incredible.
Oh my God, it was fabulous.
I saw you did the first pool, half.
Then I was really wanting to go to the roof pool, but I was like, this is not my journey. Like this is their
experience. You are just a guest.
Yeah. So then around like 3:00, Claire was like, I really want to like go to the pool and get Shirley Temples and French fries. I was like, oh my God,
you guys are simpatico with your thoughts.
I was like, we are simpatico. Yeah. Oh my God, we went up there and it was just magical.
That sounds lovely.
And it was so nice because I got to have a full day. And like, yes, I had checked out of my room, but I got to shower in her. Like, I got really lucky that day because
that was lucky girl syndrome.
Because I thought I was going to be going to the airport like
Early.
Sandy. Not early, but Sandy. Because I was going to maybe ask the Edition Hotel if I could use like their spa shower. I don't really know. I was just flying by the seat of my pants. I was being so chill. No, I'm kidding. I was not chill.
Danielle's life has changed after the Six Flags incident.
Oh my God, guys, not to mention if you're watching on video, I'm wearing the jacket that covered up the poop.
It's really impressive.
God bless this jacket.
It's such a good jacket though.
It is. I need to buy the biker shorts again because it was just such a sad moment. People like brought that up to me at Stagecoach.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, oh wow. Like
the story heard round the poop heard round the
Wait, we have to talk about poop.
Yeah, we do need to talk about
when you travel, everything gets a little messed up.
Yeah, we're just a poop podcast now, I guess.
Yeah, we are a poop podcast, patent pending. Like
when you travel, do you get backed up?
I don't, but like everyone I know does.
Yeah, this is the thing. I take my probiotics. I take like my supplements and stuff. I feel like I stay like I wouldn't say that I eat like as good as I eat at home, I guess, but like I feel like it's not, maybe I drink less water. There's like a few things that are off, but you know, for the most part it's not so off. Like, but I just have a problem. Every vacation I've been going on, when I went to Mexico I had this problem too. Like I've just been getting so backed up and it sucks and it's not fun. So for the first half of my Naples trip, or not beyond the first half, honestly, like the first like 3 nights, like I couldn't go to the bathroom. I was like, this is so weird. I would try to go, you know, like out in public and private, like whatever, like, you know, because sometimes you're like, okay,
like any moment you have after coffee, like,
well, because we live alone. So I think maybe, I can't tell if I'm internalizing the fact that then I like go to sharing a house with a bunch of people and I'm like, I don't want to like shit up the bathroom. Like, I don't know. Do you ever think about
used to having your own space?
I'm
but most
my
people
privacy.
are used to sharing.
No, of course. But I take a while in the bathroom. Like,
yeah, you do. You'll be like, hey, sorry. Like,
because I don't do it a lot, so I take my time.
Yeah,
you know?
No, it's important.
I feel like I'm a boy. Like,
I was gonna say like all guys I know. I feel like it's like a whole thing.
They
bring their phone.
The morning routine.
Yep.
Yeah, they're like, I feel like they're like awake for 30 minutes and then it's like, it's bathroom time. Like,
yeah,
it's like a routine. I wish I had a routine like that. And especially when I travel, I get so backed up. And I had this one experience where I was like I told Danielle about this. I was in the bathroom and it was like a different, bathroom setup than mine. Like, so it's like I woke up at 7 a.m. Like my stomach was churning. I was like, oh, I probably have to go to the bathroom. So I like went. This is so gross. I'm sorry, I'm being TMI, but it's a funny story. I think I'm sitting on the toilet and I just like start to, when you like are like, oh, this is like not gonna go well. Like,
no, it's like it's gonna be a journey. It's not an easy clean wipe. Like things are happening. For me, I tap my foot. I like have to tap my foot. I started
sweating.
Sweats all down your back.
The sweats began, and I was like, this is not good. So I took off like my pants all the way. You have
to get
naked.
undressed.
I was like, oh god, this is like not going well. I start like getting like a little dizzy. Like you're not sure if you're gonna throw up. It's one of those. Like
you're like, do I turn the lights off?
Yeah.
Is the door locked? You're checking your surroundings.
One of the doors is a slider. So I was like,
the worst poop door. There's nothing worse than a slider door.
Don't come in here, please. Like,
please, I beg of you.
Yeah, because no one's knocking on a slider. Like you're just
sliding that shit open so much. There's no stopping it.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, please just let it come out. I'm sweating and whatever. I look to my right and I see like the showers there. It's like the bath head is right there, and I am like unwell. So I started running cold water and I put it on my wrist underneath, like to get the cold water.
So funny to me. Like, why of all things you're like, my wrist, give it cold water?
I've always thought that like pressure points are like a thing.
No, that's right. True. I just never would have thought.
Compress on your head, like there.
It's just funny that you're like on the toilet and you're like, wrist, get it cold.
I was like, that will help me certainly. I'm like contorting my body.
So you have one hand under the wrist, one hand gripping under the toilet, probably fighting for your life.
It was a really challenging position
successful?
to be in. Yeah, that was a success. And then Miami, like I like couldn't go to the last day either. I just need to get on a better routine when I travel. It's like not good because then I'm like, in my bathing suit, I'm like, I just don't, I could feel better, if I'm like not
cleared out,
carrying around 3 days of poop in my body.
Hot girls have poop problems.
I know. I guess I would rather that than like the opposite,
like constant having to.
Yeah, because that sucks. But
yeah.
Anyways, having some poop problems.
I just thought that was the funniest thing.
Yeah, it was a really funny story.
I feel like it's so relatable. Like,
have you guys ever been in like a really vulnerable position? Like had to resort to extreme
It
measures.
happens to me. This is so gross, but like usually during my period.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Like that's like the grossest, most intense fighting for
Bathroom
your life.
moments.
Lights off. A lot of times, like I just have to strip and get in the shower, like because
Yep.
I'm like nothing will help. Toilet paper will not help.
No,
like,
you need
just
to fully get clean.
Yeah,
I get that.
This is later in the podcast, so
This
the
is very
real
good.
ones
I
are
know
here
people
now.
are probably like, this is what they talk about on that podcast.
I know it's a poop podcast. That's what we.
It's
like.
body talk. Now I want to hear about your brother's graduation because that is so fun.
It was so fun. Yeah, I was really excited to have like a college weekend, Like,
yeah.
I saw you comment on my TikTok like Southern Sister Unlocked.
Oh yeah, because you were like, this is my out. It was. Oh no, it was like you
I
were
was
doing
wearing
your
like
hair.
a pink
Yeah.
Like I play, I brought my hot Miami outfits and then my other packing cube had like my cutesy girl Southern outfits.
I figured as much.
Oh, you
so,
know me
so I was
well.
like, oh, she's Southern Sister of the.
Oh yeah.
Of the
I was
grad.
like, I
Yeah,
will
about to
be
say
the
of
bigger sister of the grad for this trip.
Like been there, done that.
Yep, no problem. It's so fun. Like my whole family was there, and it was nice because for my graduation, like we could only literally have 3 other people. So my mom, my dad, and my brother came. But this one, my grandparents were there, my aunt was there, my mom's boyfriend came. It was really special, and it was lovely. It was so fun. So the first day we were there, we walked around Greenville, which is really, really cute. I mean, it's actually bigger than Athens.
Really?
Oh yeah, you wouldn't think, but it's actually like a city. Like not everyone there is like goes to Furman because it's also near Clemson, which is obviously way bigger.
Oh, I toured Clemson, so I
Yeah.
guess.
So you probably flew into Greenville or maybe.
Oh, I've
drove
been to that
from-
airport before. I picked my dad up at that airport one time.
Random love.
Yeah. Oh, or I dropped you off. Like we would do stuff with the car. You like drive it down, and then it was like, I'll drop you
forgot
off
about
here. Yeah.
Yeah, so we walked around, and I literally wore this dress that I had gotten from Fashion Pass. It was an Amanda Upperchurd, like, long pink maxi dress. But, like, going to, I don't want to call it a small town, but, like, going, from New York where you're dressed up and everyone kind of looks amazing. Like, I was getting so many compliments just walking
Really?
around, and it's really a hype up. Like, I didn't even have makeup on. I was like, that dress with that bag. Like, even my mom said something like, oh, my God, you're just the talk of the town.
Yeah.
It's just, when you go back to your hometown or whatever,
Of
you're just, like, the
course.
star of the show. It was really fun. What else? Oh, so we all kind of like had a roommate at the hotel. We stayed at the Spring Hill Suites.
Roommate.
Oh my God. It was the nicest hotel ever. Like I think it was just brand new, but those Spring Hill Suites, they pump another scent through that air. It's so
Really?
good. Yes, I was so shook. It was amazing. The hotel was so nice and free breakfast every morning. I love hotels like that. Like the free breakfast, like you meet everyone in the lobby.
Did you do the waffle maker with the cup?
Oh,
Is it that kind of free breakfast?
No, it's a little more elevated than that, I will say. But they did have waffles, but I do love those too. Like when you get to get the batter in the cup.
Yeah.
Oh, TBT. Anywho, my roommate was my Aunt Debbie. So, which is always a blast.
Roommate. Was she your bedmate too?
No. We had
You had two
different
separate beds,
Yeah,
yeah.
It just like didn't make sense for me to have my own room. And then her and I.
Oh, I get it. No,
you
please.
know.
Every time, like I feel like with trips like that, it's kind of like
Who's your buddy?
Yeah, like
And it was
we're
fun.
all gonna stay in. Like I have a wedding coming up, and my parents were like, "Well, Sal's gonna be in our room." Like,
Yeah,
you and
stuff
Ben
like
could get your
that.
own. Yeah, it's
yeah.
kinda like
If Ryan had came, but yeah. So right as we're about to go to bed on the first night, I had just gone in from the airport from Miami. It's like midnight. She waited up for me, which was really nice to like just be awake for
Welcome
when I got there.
home.
Welcome to the Marriott Spring Hill Suites. And we're about to go to bed, and it's so funny because we were just talking about how melatonin like gives us weird dreams sometimes.
Oh yeah, took it last night. Had
She-
the weirdest dreams.
Yeah, it gives you weird dreams. So she's like, I've been taking this melatonin CBD and I've just been getting like these crazy dreams. I'm like, oh, same, yeah. And she's like, and like sometimes, literally we're about to go to bed, sometimes I get like these night terrors where I wake up screaming. And I'm like, okay, so maybe like we don't take those tonight because I was just like running on low. I needed sleep. She's like, okay, I won't. I see her grab her little canister of her melatonin CBD. She takes not one, but 2 gummies as we're about to go to bed. And I go,
Rip.
Debbie,
Yeah.
if I wake up to you screaming, she's like, no. I was just telling you, but like, that's when I'm at home. Like we're here. I kid you not. At 4:50 in the morning, this bitch, it's the scariest thing of my entire life. In the middle of the night, imagine looking over and someone sitting up screaming. I'm dead ass.
Was she awake or sleeping, or that was her waking up?
It woke her up. So she woke herself up by screaming. She sat up. I look over and honestly, thank God she had told me, because if she hadn't, I think like my heart was racing and it took me so long.
That's so jarring. That is so
She
jarring.
grabs my arm. She goes, Danielle. I go, yeah. And she's like, oh, thank God that's you. I'm like, who else would it be? I don't know what her dream was. I asked her the next morning. She didn't remember the dream, but she remembered waking up and like looking over and being like, she was like, thank God you were there. Cause it's honestly Like she said one time she woke up and like brought all the covers with her, ran out. Like, yeah.
She needs to throw out this product. I think it's done. Yeah.
I know. But she didn't know that melatonin like did that. I actually told her. I was like, by the way, like sometimes.
Oh, 100%.
But I don't know. I feel like the night terrors, like maybe she should go to the doctor. Like, I don't know. That's like intense. Like I've never woken up screaming.
I've never woken up screaming. I've definitely had scary dreams though. So I would imagine that like the melatonin only intensifies it, right?
Oh my God. Yeah. It was so scary. She was like, ah!
That is, I don't think I've ever woken up to someone screaming before.
Like I literally was like, thank God she told me, because then it took me about 5 seconds and I was like, okay, I'm okay. We're safe. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
It was the talk of the town the next morning at breakfast in the lobby. I'll tell you that much. But then the next night.
That's a good story for you to tell.
Oh yeah.
Was she embarrassed by it or she was fine? Like
no,
yeah.
she was like, I am so sorry that happened. The next night though, I was like, you're not taking these gummies tonight, bitch. Like,
yeah,
the fuck no.
Put them in the trash.
And then the third night, we're like about to go to bed, and that was his graduation night, so she was very wound up. She's like, Danielle, please, like I need to take them, and I'm like, no, and I go, okay, fine, you could take one. I see her slip that second one.
No.
Thankfully, everything was fine. She didn't have any screams that night. I just got lucky with that first night.
That plus the traveling too. I'm sure that it's just like not a good situation.
No, yeah. It was not. It was not. So that was a little silly story. One other thing I wanted to say, and it's usually different because I feel like it's usually the first child gets more. I think because I graduated during like a COVID year. Before his graduation that day, there was a pre-graduation brunch with a couple of his other friends. There was hors d'oeuvres passed out.
I did see that. I was wondering if that was through the school or...
No, that was like 3 moms got together, rented out a restaurant, all these things. Photos of Freddie everywhere. Not to mention my whole family was there. But again, they couldn't have come my year.
That's really cute.
It was really sweet. And then he's also having a grad party next Saturday. I didn't have a grad party. Again, it's because of different times.
Yeah. Are his friends from school coming or it's mostly friends from Tampa?
No, like it's like our family.
Family.
People people that live in Tampa.
Gotcha.
And then my dad texted me a photo today. Like, I don't know if you've ever done this, but they didn't do this for me. And they could have done this for me even during COVID times. They put a sign out front for when he pulls in, like, congratulations, Freddie. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and I care more about that than he does.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's fine. I don't
know if I got the lawn sign. I definitely, I don't think
some of my friends' neighborhoods do that. Like
high school, we did the lawn signs.
Oh, that's cute.
But like the school did it it was like part of like the fun, like you do the fundraiser for like the senior fund, and like the senior fund like does that for you or something,
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, that is cute, right?
Yeah. But yeah,
that's so funny. Maybe it is. That is like a younger, like a first child, second child thing. But you could also argue the opposite, that like by the second child they don't care as much.
That's what I mean. Yeah. I feel like usually it's the other way around. But it wasn't this way.
Or sometimes maybe they're like, we should have gone
like
a little more.
Like you learn more from the. Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah. I think they were more excited Freddie graduated. Honestly,
really
he
proud.
got through.
Yeah,
he's there, so it was fun. The graduation,
and he's really
was
done.
Fun.
Like is he moved out?
He's moved out. They made him leave.
Crap.
Yeah, he left this morning, and he's moving back to Tampa.
How does he feel about it?
He's really happy. He was like a little emotional, but he was like, he called me today on his drive back. He's like, I just like don't feel the same way you did, like sobbing leaving Athens. I'm thinking of you like walking under the arch. That's the best video ever. But
it was more for my friends, honestly, like not necessarily the college experience. It was like just knowing that, and because I knew I was like, I'm never gonna live in the same place as some of my friends again, and like I still kind of, I think
it's still true.
It sucks.
Like, it sucks. Yeah. I will say I forgot how like tough graduations are to sit through. I mean, because Georgia didn't like say every person's name. His was like 500 something people, so they said every person's name and they walked across the stage. Like it's just.
Oh yeah, that is pretty brutal.
Yeah, but we were so excited when we heard his name and some of his other friends.
Yeah,
and I mean, we paid attention the whole time, but it is, you're sitting there.
We did like a separate one because you probably did one for your school too. Did you do a separate one or just the big one?
No, it might have been because COVID.
Oh, that sucks. Because like the business school had a separate one. And honestly, this is gonna sound so bad, but like after they said my name, we left. It was so many names.
It's so many.
It was so many, and everyone else was doing it too.
And
like
you were
we
already
just
waiting
suit.
until M.
It was like what everyone else did. Like you could just tell that it was like
Yeah.
people were just leaving because it was so many names.
It's so many.
Yeah.
No,
Wait,
I don't
you
blame
should say Freddie's plans after graduation. I cut you off.
Oh.
Or whatever, or what is he doing this summer? I don't know. Just like
So he's going on a Costa Rica grad trip with his friends, and then he starts a job next month. He's doing boat and yacht sales, which is like so perfect. He's wanted to do this for a while. He's been driving boats since he was literally 12 years old. That's when you could get your license. So it just makes so much sense, and I'm so happy for him. He's such a charming like businessman. Like it's just perfect. at the after graduation ceremony thing, he was already like selling boats to people. Like,
I love it.
You know, so it just makes sense. I'm so happy for him. He's gonna live at home for a couple months, I assume, in the summer, and then he has a couple friends that are moving back as well that they're gonna all live together.
Oh, that's so fun.
It makes me happy selfishly because when I visit home, like, he'll also be there, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like Finley, he'll have Freddie, and like Freddie will get to like use our boat still. Like, I'm sure my parents are really happy he's gonna be there.
Oh,
like,
that's
it
so
just makes
great.
sense. Like, I don't see him like South Carolina was honestly kind of weird for him to be at. Like, he's just such a Florida boy.
He's a Florida boy.
He's a Florida boy.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for him. He's just so happy.
That's
which,
so great.
as a sister, makes me happy.
Oh, of course. We love to see them thrive.
So,
Congrats,
yeah.
Freddie, and congrats all the grads.
Oh my gosh, and that'll be Sal next year.
I know. Did I say Sal's going to be in the city this summer?
Yeah.
I don't know if I said
no,
it
I don't think
on the
so.
pod. Yeah, he's going to be living like not far from like me. And
So
it's crazy.
crazy.
I'm starting to like plan. Like I was like buying concert tickets and I was like, oh, Sal should like come to one of these
Sal can
concerts
come.
with me.
Like,
Yeah.
he'll be here.
I know. Big sis needs to take him around.
That's
yeah.
so crazy. Oh my gosh, I can't wait
I know,
for
and
the
I was
bonding
thinking,
moments.
But he's not 21. I was like, he is fully 21, like about to be 22. And
Wow,
like,
so
yeah.
he's fully legal. He can go to all the things. That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's really, our brothers are like not baby brothers anymore.
They're not little boys anymore.
No, they're full men.
Wait, so you went to a concert this weekend. Was this your Brooklyn Mirage coming out for the summer?
I didn't go to the Mirage.
My
I went to
bad.
this place.
Oh,
No,
elsewhere.
I was supposed to go to the Mirage, but then I sold that ticket because I have a lot of Mirage coming up. Yeah, and it's a whole night. That's the thing about the Mirage. It's
This one you did tonight isn't a whole night?
It is also, but it wasn't like a 4 a.m. night.
Oh,
it was like
that's
a
nice.
2 a.m.
Non-offensive. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So it was
Yeah.
still like the most I've gone out in a while. Like I was taking vodka shots. I haven't taken vodka shots like that in a while
yeah.
since the Bachelorette I went on. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun. It's called Elsewhere. It's a club, and there's just so many like cool clubs in Brooklyn. And you, from the outside, they look like warehouses, and you're like, what the fuck am I getting into? But on the inside, they are like full on. I actually, there's no service in there, and I like got out and I was like talking to the guy, like, you know, one of the security guys was like, oh, I guess there's no service in there, and he was like, the whole building is soundproof. Nothing comes in, nothing goes out.
Holy I could just see him saying that too, and you're like, I'm up. Like,
so
nothing
intense.
comes in.
So,
holy
yeah,
shit.
I know. It was one of those. It was. You would probably like a place like. I mean, I like this actually more than the Mirage because it wasn't as packed.
Okay, that is nice.
Mirage gets like better shows though. But it was multiple like rooms, which I think you would like. Yeah,
that
'cause
is
it's like you don't like the
cool.
music in this room, like you can go to the next room. All like housey EDM.
Oh,
but
so it wasn't like this DJ is playing tonight. It was just
there was
like,
a DJ that was playing like.
but not like that's not why you went. You just
we
went for a
because
night.
one of Ben's friends from med school, again, God, he has a lot of friends that do cool stuff. She's a DJ, and she was playing there in one of the rooms.
That's so cool.
Yeah, there was like a main act who was like the biggest name, you know.
Yeah.
But like I didn't really care. Like I'm not a big fan.
Yeah.
So I kind of
So it was
we
just like a
floated
going out
around
night.
from
Basically, it
room
was
to
like
room.
going to a club.
Yeah, it was a true club night. You know,
But what do
paid-
you wear? You don't wear club clothes. to
No,
this.
I went. You're gonna die. I'm waiting for the. I only took disposables. I'm waiting for them to get developed. And I went to this place, Dana Foley, Lower East Side.
yeah.
And I got a like lower rise skirt. I know.
I love
Who is she?
it.
And
I
it
love
was like a
it.
black funky moment. I felt very Brooklyn.
What'd
I
you
was
wear on
like,
top?
like a corset sort of situation.
Ow.
Yeah, I know. It was I was like
sexy.
cosplaying as a Brooklyn girl.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't wait to see the
You had to like,
pics.
but everyone, it was like, whatever. People were wearing jeans and
Yeah.
stuff still, but then some people were wearing like, you know, like their club fits.
Oh, I love
really
that.
cool. And that was a ton of fun. I went back to the food festival because that's just like what we did in Brooklyn, you know.
Yeah, that's
and nothing
so
crazy.
fun.
I hadn't seen Ben in a while, so we like hung out.
Yeah, I'm sure
played
it's
this
nice
video
to have
game.
quality time.
Yeah, it was not a crazy weekend, but you know, beautiful weather, just a good New York weekend.
Sounds like you did a lot, honestly.
Yeah, I guess
In
I
a good
kind of
way.
did. Now that I think about it, because I got the Chipotle catering on Friday, so I had my
Yeah,
friends over
friends.
Friday. Wow, I feel really social. I feel like I actually
You had a
have
social
been
weekend,
seeing
yeah.
people, yeah, and like keeping up with people
The
and stuff.
Kardashians.
Yeah. Well, once it's nice weather, it's so easy to be like, let's go for a walk or let's
It's
meet at
so
the
much
park or
easier.
whatever.
You're not as
Yeah.
antisocial. You're like, I'll actually do something.
Totally.
It's so
I know
nice.
it's like really motivating me to like get out there and just like be an active person.
I know.
I love that for us.
I do too.
This was a really great catch up and mustard.
Yeah.
We just had so much to say. I feel like we had various
mean-
times separate, times together.
Yeah, a little Venn diagram. You know, we got the Brooke, the
Yeah.
Danielle, and then the gals right in the middle.
do.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We have some really fun episodes coming up that we have planned out.
Good stuff.
And yeah, hopefully congratulations to anyone that graduated this May.
We did it.
We did it. They literally, the speaker, oh my God, this was actually kind of cool. The speaker of Fred, like the student speaker, she is a follower of ours. And she was like, I was freaking out because at the end, I was like finding Freddie and she's like, oh my God, I love you. I was like, I love you. I feel like I'm meeting a celebrity. She was the student speaker.
Oh, that's amazing.
I think her name was
Wow.
Mary Elizabeth, I think. But she's like, congratulations, we did it. And in my head, I'm like,
that's cute.
does she know what she just did there?
That's adorable.
But yeah, we love you guys so much. Congratulations. Happy summer to any of you that maybe are done with exams and finals. I know that feeling is great.
Oh, we have merch available, which I feel like we don't plug enough.
Merch available.
And people are starting to get it, and it's looking good.
I'm loving seeing everyone's t-shirts and mugs and sweatshirts and all the things.
galsonthegopodcast.com for that. We should have big other announcements in the next few weeks.
Yes.
Yeah. So stay tuned.
We always got a couple tricks up our sleeve. We love you guys endlessly. Have an amazing day. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.